Good day, sir, and everyone. This is the report of Group 5, and our topic is about prevention, early identification, referral and intervention of delays, disorders, and disabilities in early childhood. So, I will be the first to discuss about prevention in early childhood, and my companion here are as follows: Ma'am Christine Jo Villacruz, Ma'am Rachel Bulag, and Ma'am Hazel Hipanaga. So my topic is prevention in early childhood, which composed of the following: the significance of prevention in early childhood, issues in early childhood requiring prevention, importance of prevention in early childhood, and strategies for prevention in early childhood. So what is the significance of prevention in early childhood? So, in the field of education, early childhood development has a concept of prevention that plays an important role in ensuring the well being and optimal growth of the young children. It is all about keeping kids healthy and happy from the start. This will focus on nurturing their physical, mental, and emotional aspects, which may set them up for a bright future ahead. There are issues in early childhood requiring prevention. So, first, we have the childhood obesity. Preventing childhood obesity through healthy eating habits, physical activity, and education can reduce the risk of long term health problems like diabetes and heart disease. Obesity can lead to various health complications, so it is better to have an early intervention for this by keeping a healthy lifestyle. So the next one is the developmental delays. Early identification and intervention for developmental delays can prevent learning challenges and support optimal growth and development in children. So when we say developmental delays, it refers to a child's slow or incomplete progress through predictable development phases. So this can include delays in reaching milestones such as language, thinking, social, or motor skills. So causes of this may include genetic factors, pregnancy complications, premature birth, and environmental factors. So the next one is the child injuries. Implementing safety measures and educating parents on childproofing can prevent common injuries like falls and burns, ensuring a safe environment for children. So, child injuries are a significant public health concern worldwide. So, they are the leading cause of death among children aged 5 years and over. So, these injuries can be presented through proper supervision, safety measures, and education. So, the next one is the mental health challenges. So, promoting well being and providing support for mental health issues can prevent anxiety, depression, and behavioral problems in early childhood. The mental health challenges can arise from a combination of genetic, biological, psychological, and environmental factors. So they can significantly impact a person's ability to function in daily life, but effective treatment and support are available for this. And the next one is the speech and language delays. So, early intervention for speech and language delays can prevent communication difficulties and enhance language development in young children. So, there are causes and risk factors in speech and language delays. So, it must be hearing problems, genetic conditions, autism spectrum disorder, cerebral palsy, and mental health conditions. Can also be family history, low parental education, consanguinity, and inadequate stimulation. The next is the social skills development. Encouraging interactions and teaching social skills can prevent social isolation and support healthy relationship in early childhood. Social skills are essential for children's success in school and beyond. So they help children understand and respond to social cues, manage big emotions in a socially appropriate way, recognize and empathize with others' emotions, consider others' perspectives or opinions, resolve conflicts and productively, form and maintain relationships and friendships, and forgive others. The next one is the parenting support. So, providing parenting support can prevent neglect, abuse, and family stress, fostering a nurturing environment for children. Parenting support for early childhood can promote healthy development in young children. This support can come from various sources, including early childhood education and care settings, as well as from community based programs and services. Next, we have the importance of prevention in early childhood. Why is it that prevention is important in early childhood? Prevention in early childhood is important because it lays the foundation for a child's future development, health, and well being. The early years from birth to age 5 are a critical period in brain development and experiences and have a lasting impact on a child's cognitive, emotional, and social abilities. So we have here the importance of prevention in early childhood. So first we have the foundation for lifelong health. Prevention in early childhood sets the foundation for lifelong health and well-being. By addressing risk factors early on, children are more likely to thrive and reach their full potential. And the second one is the cost-effective approach. Investing in prevention strategies during early childhood is a cost effective approach compared to addressing issues later in life. So, early intervention can mitigate the need for extensive services in the future. And the third one is the enhanced developmental outcomes. So, prevention efforts contribute to enhanced developmental outcomes, including improved cognitive, social, emotional, and physical development in children. So, the fourth one is the reduction of adverse effects. So, preventive measures help in reducing the occurrence of adverse effects such as developmental delays, disorders, and disabilities by promoting overall child health. So, we have here the strategies for prevention in early childhood. We have first promoting maternal health. Ensuring access to quality prenatal care, nutrition, and maternal well being can significantly impact the health of the child. Prioritizing maternal health can improve birth outcomes, reduce the risk of adverse health conditions, and create a strong foundation for children's future development. The second one is the early childhood education. High quality early childhood education programs that focus on stimulating environment and developmentally appropriate practices support in children's overall development. So, early childhood education help children develop critical skills and abilities such as vision, hearing, emotional control, and language and learning. So, the next or the third one is the immunization and health screenings. Timely immunization and health screenings play a crucial role in preventing diseases and identifying potential health and concerns early on. So, these measures really have a significant impact to reduce the risk of illness, disability, early death, and medical cost. And the fourth one is the parental education and support. So, providing parents with resources, education, and support on child development, parenting practices, and health promotion enhances their ability to create a nurturing environment for children. So, parents can effectively collaborate with schools to create supportive learning environment that fosters better educational outcomes for their children. The next one is the nutrition and eat and healthy eating. So promoting healthy eating habits and providing Nutritious meals in early childhood settings can prevent obesity, malnutrition, and related health issues. So it can establish a strong foundation for physical, cognitive, and emotional development. Then the next one is the physical activity and outdoor play. So encouraging structured, regular, and physical activity and safe outdoor play helps in preventing sedentary behavior, promoting motor skills development, and enhancing overall physical health. So, physical activity and outdoor play are the components of early childhood development. By engaging in physical activity and outdoor play, children may develop their physical, cognitive, and emotional aspects. The next one is the safety measures. So, implementing safety measures in early childhood environments, such as child proofing homes, using car seats, and practicing water safety, can prevent accidents and injuries. So, to ensure the child's safety, it should be supported with a comprehensive care and attention from parents or caregivers. Then the next one is the mental health and emotional well being. So, promoting positive mental health and emotional well being in early childhood can prevent behavioral issues, anxiety, and depression later in life. Then, the next one is the language and cognitive development. So, stimulating language and cognitive development through early literacy activities, storytelling, and interactive play can prevent language delays and learning difficulties. So, when we say language development, it involves learning and processing language through reading, writing, and speaking. So, it also includes literacy and numeracy. So, while the cognitive development involves learning and processing information, including thinking, reasoning, problem solving, and memory. Then, the last one is the community engagement and support. Engaging with community resources such as healthcare providers, social services, and nonprofit organizations can provide additional support for families in preventing health and developmental challenges. So, it could promote a sense of belonging and security for children. So, everyone, thank you and have a good day.
Thank you all for watching this here video.